Good morning, children. How are you all? Welcome back to the class. I hope you understood well the first lesson. I told you once explanation is being done, you can go through the lessons, and most of the parents are very happy. Students are happy with these classes because they are telling that they can once again see the video and go through the lesson. So we are happy for that. And now, children, the second lesson is rain and rivers. You all know what is rain. You enjoy playing in the rain? Yes or no? Yes, waiting for rains now, isn't it? So, rain and rivers. What is the relation between rain and rivers? When rain falls, the water is collected into the rivers. Yes or no? So, this is the relation between the two. And again, the water will be evaporated, forms into clouds, condensation takes place, and again it falls in the form of precipitation. So this is a lesson where we are going to learn about this water cycle. You all know what is water cycle? Yes? Rain falls, gets collected into the rivers on the surface of the earth, gets evaporated, forms into clouds in the atmosphere. Then again, when the clouds are not able to hold the weight of the water, then what will happen? Again, condensation takes place and the water falls down in the form of rain or fog or hailstones, etc. Okay, different forms are there when the water falls onto the earth. We will see that later, but as of now, you all know. And what causes evaporation? Heat causes evaporation. From where do we get heat? We get this heat from the sun. Due to the sun's heat, water gets evaporated. Okay, so due to this evaporation, we know everywhere we have this evaporation, children. Now supposing one mummy has cooked rice. Okay, so you just try to open the lid. What will happen? You find droplets of water. Yes or no? And again, you open the fridge, take a bottle of water and keep it on the table. Again, you find droplets of water on the sides of the bottle, and also where you kept the bottle, on that place also you find water because it gets condensed. Because see, two different types: sun's heat, or even when you cook it on the stove also heat is there. Okay, that is one, hot temperature, and fridge is cool temperature. Whatever it is, any type of temperature, children, when it is changed or when it is exposed to different temperature, then automatically it will get condensed. Like see, you have 0 degree is the freezing point of water and 100 degrees is the boiling point of water. You all know this, isn't it? So what happens, even that heat, it will be already very, very hot. So when you remove the lid, what will happen? Room temperature, in the room you have a different temperature. For that temperature, it becomes cool. Okay, and even the fridge also, what will happen? It will be very, very cool. But when you take out, due to the room temperature, the condensed will become, it will become ice droplets, or in the fridge it is maintaining coolness. And that coolness, when you take it out, due to the room temperature, it will form into water again. Understood? So this is a relation between sun, clouds and rainfall. Due to sun, evaporation takes place, and due to evaporation, we have clouds formation, and due to the cloud formation, we will have rainfall. Again, the evaporated water goes up and falls in the form of rain, and again that is being collected into the rivers. So evaporation means water becomes vapor due to heat, water vapor. Yes or no? So what happens? You will be seeing in summer days when you dry clothes, after washing, mummy will dry the clothes. Within no time they will be dried, because from the clothes also water will be evaporated due to the heat. And during a rainy season, what will say, everywhere we will have clothes and they will be cool only. Yes or no? They will be wet. How much ever you dry them, still they will be wet because sunlight will not be there. Yes, so due to this reason, you must have observed all these simple things. And now evaporation is nothing but, and when you say where does evaporation takes place first or more, on the water bodies, because water is nothing but seas and oceans are there, and the water collection in ponds, lakes, rivers, oceans, seas and oceans. Rivers will join the seas, seas will join the oceans. Okay, actually what happened, first and foremost thing, you have so many oceans, so many seas, lakes, these are all called as water bodies, including ponds, streams, everything are called as water bodies. So from the water bodies you have lot of evaporation, and this evaporation when it goes into the atmosphere, as you are going higher above into the sky, I told you it is called as altitude, what will happen, temperature becomes less, and as they are moving higher above, they form into clouds. And when these clouds are condensed, and what happens sometimes when these clouds are not able to withstand, they start dropping down. And when they are dropping down, as per the temperatures, if it is a cool climate, it falls in the form of snow, because already it is cool, so it falls in the form of snow. At some places it is nothing but precipitation, children. Falling down of water from the sky, from the clouds, is called precipitation. Simple words, children. So these droplets which are falling from the sky, as per the temperatures, what will happen, existing temperatures at that particular places, it will be sleet. Sleet means fine powdery ice. You will have dew. Sometimes early morning in the winter season, you find droplets of water on the leaves and all, that is called dew. You have fog. Fog is like smoke. Okay, Pogamanchu antam kada, that one. And then you have snowfall. You have hailstones, children. Hailstones means vadagal. Recently we had rainfall and we had hailstones in our place too. Okay, and then rainfall. At first it starts like snow only, but as the temperature is increasing at that particular place, it forms into water and falls down as rain, and again this water is getting collected into the rivers. Okay, so this is called as water cycle, and I am going to keep the PDF of this lesson, and I want you to note down the definition of what is evaporation, what is condensation, what is precipitation, all these under a heading called water cycle, because these are very very important, children. And a small place is also given. For see, a picture is given and a place is given in the textbook. Once you buy the textbooks, you can draw the picture here, but in the rough book you just draw water cycle. Like see, this is one. How you have to draw is, draw mountains where rainfall is more and draw a passage of river down. Okay, so what will happen, the water is getting collected into the rivers, then again evaporation takes place. See here, this is the picture. See, rainfall on the mountains, it's getting collected into the water, is getting collected into the rivers, and again here evaporation is taking place due to sun's heat, and then clouds are formed. So simple questions are given in the textbook, children, in the boxes. So try to answer those questions, because they are very very simple. Simple question I will ask you. In which season could be there more evaporation, summer or winter? When do you find more evaporation? Summer. So simple words are there, you can see. And moreover, I'll tell you one thing, you have clouds during summer or winter or rainy season. Rainy season, because these clouds get condensed and we have rainfall in rainy season. And not only that, you have also different types of winds. Now recently, since a week, we are hearing in the news that we are going to get monsoon rains, because in India the rainy season, whatever rains we are getting, they are called by a specific name called monsoons. Monsoons means the name given to the rainfall which we get. India gets majority of its rainfall through southwest monsoons. You all know directions: north, south, east, west, and northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. These also you know, in 6th class you have learnt. So what happens is, the monsoon winds which blow from Kerala, you must be hearing Kerala nunchi Rutupavanalu ani. Rutupavanalu are nothing but the winds blowing. So observe this, what is happening. See, here is Kerala. You all know the states and capitals, right? So you know the location of Kerala in India. So from here it starts. And what happens is, observe children carefully. these winds which are blowing from Kerala go up like this. Okay, and what happens is you have retreating monsoons, that is northeast monsoons. Northeast monsoons means which come back. This is northeast, this is northwest, this is southwest, this is northeast, southeast. Okay, so what will happen? These winds which are going like this will cause rainfall to all of these places except Tamil Nadu, children. Sometimes Tamil Nadu will never have rainfall. Now it will have rainfall in the month of November and December. Why? Because it goes like this, leaving behind Tamil Nadu. Understood? So they go up like this, and what will happen? Mumbai and all, Maharashtra, some parts beyond Western Ghats will not get rainfall. That is called as rain shadow region. Okay, that is called as rain shadow region. So this will go like this, and later on again they blow backward. Understood? That is called as retreating. Retreating means coming back. Okay, from northeast. So these are southwest monsoons and these are northeast monsoons. Okay, so when they are coming back, Tamil Nadu gets rainfall, Mumbai gets rainfall. Sometimes heavy rain will be there where the cities are flooded with water. Okay, and so now based on this map, some questions are given, children, here. Again, based on this, you try to answer these questions. And rainfall in Telangana. Now when you take rainfall in Telangana, nowadays you have to observe, children. You have to see the newspaper. If newspaper is not there at home, at least in TV, sometimes when the parents are hearing to the news, you also watch, because nowadays so many programs are being implemented by the Telangana government to store water, because Telangana lies on a plateau. This you all know very well. You learnt in last year lesson, isn't it? So Telangana is on a plateau, a dry plateau. Dry plateau means rainfall will be less when compared to Andhra Pradesh, because Andhra Pradesh is on the coast and it will get heavy rainfalls, and sometimes, many times we will have cyclones also. Cyclones means floods. You all know heavy rain with strong winds. Okay, so here what is happening, because Telangana is a dry area, what is the Telangana government doing? It started digging up tanks. Okay, it started digging up tanks. And then what happened? After these tanks also, nowadays they are digging up canals, trying to supply water to the dry lands. Dry lands means where there is no water. Even if you dig a borewell also, you can't find water. These farmers are digging up borewells by spending so much of money. This point also you should remember, children. Recollect, we discussed when we are discussing about Permakuru and Dokur. Yes or no? If you go for a borewell in a plain, you will get water easily. But on a plateau, it will be expensive. Yes or no? Differences also you had, isn't it? So in the same way, Telangana is a place where we don't have much of groundwater. So what is happening? We are insisting the people to store water by using soaking pits, and they are all even in villages we are having tanks, and nowadays you are seeing so many pump houses and all are built. Projects, small minor projects are being constructed by the government for the storage of water, and nowadays even dry lands are being supplied water. Okay, so now make a note of these children, wherever they have started these new projects you will be getting. Okay, so these all will be helpful, and don't think that it is a waste, because it will be helpful for your contemporary issue or project. Okay, so you are see, even in the box also some simple questions are given, like name the 3 driest months. Driest means no rainfall at all, 3 months. Okay, like that you will be able to answer. And regarding Telangana, only one, we all know that Rayalaseema is in Andhra Pradesh, where we find it is dry. But if you take Telangana, they have given a map, and this map gives you indication where you have highest rainfall and where you have lowest rainfall. If you take this dark green, they have given you, it is more than 100 centimeters, and see, below 60 centimeters rainfall is this. So these places don't have rainfall at all. Okay, so based on the index, you can be able to read the map, and some questions are given down, you can do it. And in the next class, I will give you a small simple project which you will have interest to do it. That is the rain rainfall is measured with an instrument called rain gauge. Okay, it is called rain gauge. With this instrument, rainfall is measured. So tomorrow in the next class, I am going to show you how to make a rain gauge. Okay, so then what will happen? You will understand. You make a rain gauge and then keep it in the open place. We'll see. We are expecting rainfall, right? So how to measure the rainfall, I will let you know in the next class. But now what you have to do is read the lesson. Okay, anywhere you have any doubt, you can message to me, I told you. And moreover, please children, don't think that it is a waste. Okay, so parents are happy, children are happy with these classes. And then moreover, if you don't understand, in an online class, an advantage with these classes is you can repeat once again and watch. Understood? With whatever you can understand, you didn't understand, you can repeat, listen to it once again and try to understand. Okay, and if supposing you have an outline map of your Telangana at home, or you just trace children, you might be having, last year we have done lot of work, isn't it? So try to draw outline map of Telangana. Is it clear? Which is very, very important for you to know at least Hyderabad in Telangana. Because next is rivers. We have learnt about rains now, and next is rivers. What are rivers and all? You all know that rivers are filled with water which join the sea. Many important rivers are there in our country, and long rivers are there. Ganga is the longest river in northern India, and Godavari is the longest river in southern India. We all know that river Godavari and river Krishna flow through our state, enter into Andhra Pradesh and join Bay of Bengal. So we will have a clear discussion about rivers and what is a tributary, what are called distributaries, and before reaching the sea, what will the rivers do? They will split into different small channels which are called as distributaries. Okay, so you have a definition about tributary also, we will know, and there is a map here. I'll do one thing children, I'll keep the PDF of the lesson. You just go through, for today, you just go through page numbers 7 to 13 children. 7 to 12 is enough, because from 13 onwards I will show you how to make a rain gauge, and we will discuss later about rainfall. Okay, how rainfall is, water is collected into the rivers, and how, in which places we have high rainfall and in which places we have low rainfall. Okay, because where you have forest area or mountains, rainfall will be more. And as you know, we have seen about Permakuru, Dokur and Penugolu. Penugolu has rainfall, plains have rainfall. That is, Permakuru also has rainfall, but Dokur doesn't have enough of rainfall, isn't it? So you can take it as an example for our state. And we have duck tanks and Mission Kakatiya, Mission Bhagirath. All these programs are being implemented by the Telangana government to save water. Okay, you have to do what you have to do is, today you read these pages and then make a list of the projects or make a list of the schemes being implemented by the Telangana government related to water. Okay, related to water, and more specifically river water. Understood? River water. So make a list of them, we will see. Okay, how many of you can do it, and we will discuss. Any doubts, you can call me children or message to me. Is it clear? Thank you children.